You step on the scale and the number jumps. Your brain screams fat. Biology screams water, salt, and what is still in your gut. Fat gain and fat loss are slow on a human timeline. The scale can move fast because water is heavy and cheap to shift. Next segments name what moves the number, what muscle does to the story, and what to track so one bad morning does not wreck your week. Water and salt, stress and sleep, cycle timing, food bulk versus fat, then smarter tracking. No magic, just less panic. Layer 1 is water balance. Your body is mostly water. When salt goes up, your system can hold more fluid until it clears the load. When you eat more carbs, glycogen comes back into muscle and liver, and glycogen stores water with it. Neither event is moral. They are chemistry. A restaurant meal, travel, or a higher carb day can bump the scale without a real change in body fat overnight. If you trained hard and ate low carb for days, glycogen drops and water drops with it. The scale looks light. Refeed a normal amount of carbs and the scale returns. That is not instant fat regain. It is storage coming back online. People misread that bounce is failure and quit. The bounce is information. Some people are salt sensitive on the scale. That does not mean salt is evil across the board. It means the number is a fluid story some days, not a body fat verdict. The rule is zoom out. One high sodium dinner is a blip. 4 weeks of averages is closer to truth. Layer 2 is stress and sleep. Short sleep and high stress can change cravings, alcohol, and routine movement. They also change fluid balance for many people. You might eat roughly the same calories and still see the scale jump during a brutal week because life got loud, not because you broke physics. If you menstruate, hormonal shifts across the month can change bloating and water retention. The scale can read higher premenstrually without a real change in fat mass. Compare week to week in the same phase if daily weigh-ins mess with your head. After hard training, soreness, travel, or a cold, fluid shifts happen. The scale is not a loyalty score. It is a noisy sensor. The rule is behavior still matters, but one morning weight does not define your whole week. Log it if you want, then zoom out. Layer 3 is composition reality. Muscle is dense. Fat is less dense per volume, but both weigh something. If you lift and eat enough protein, you can lose fat while the scale moves slowly or even ticks up because lean tissue changes. The mirror, waist tape, and strength logs can disagree with the scale in a good way. Fiber, volume meals, and travel constipation change what is inside you without changing your body fat percentage much. That is why some people weigh more after a big vegetable day. It is bulk, not failure. Scale weight alone does not show how clothes fit or how strong you feel. That is why physique goals need more than one number. The rule is pair weight with waist, photos, strength, or energy. One sensor is a weak story. Layer 4 is method. If you use the scale, keep conditions similar, morning, after bathroom, before food, same scale placement. Track a weekly average or a rolling average instead of chasing single points. If daily weigh-ins hurt your mental health, switch to weekly or drop the scale and use waist in photos. Plot the average. Notice the trend over 2 to 4 weeks. A spike after sushi and soy is expected fluid, not a crisis. Your job is direction and repeatability, not a flat line every day. If stepping on daily feeds shame loops, stop daily. Use coach, clinician, or therapist support if food and body image are heavy. This video is education, not a substitute for care when you need it. The rule is plural metrics. Weight is one line in the spreadsheet, not the whole chapter. Here is the stack. Keep nutrition honest for your goal. Train if you can. Sleep enough to keep stress noise lower. Weigh with a method, or skip weighing and track waist and strength. Watch 2 to 4 week trends. Stop letting one salty dinner rewrite your identity. The win is using the scale as a tool when it helps, and demoting it when it does not. Fat loss is already hard enough without a noisy sensor playing judge. Next, watch Need Explained. Most daily burn is not your workout. It is walking, chores, and movement outside the gym. That context pairs with this scale lesson so you do not confuse water noise with a broken metabolism.